In fact, in the Indian tradition, we have pujas. The deity, the icon, the image is there. For instance, Durga Puja or Ganesh Puja, whatever it is. So you buy the Ganesh idol or the Durga, prepare the Durga idol and all that thing, and you do what is called prana pratishtha. Establish the prana, life force of that goddess into that image. Then it becomes God. You establish that prana pratishtha and then it becomes a living power. And then you worship whatever, etc., all that thing happens. Now, after some time, it is necessary that prana pratishtha, that prana, that life force, the vital, which you had established in the statue, is removed. Is removed. It is dissolved. What we call visarjana, dissolve it. So you take that idol and put into the sea, into water or whatever it is, dissolve, everything is dispersed, it should not stay back here. It should not stay back here at all, you see. Visarjana is important, you see, dissolution. If it is not done, if that Ganesha or Durga or whatever is there, and if that Pran Pratishtha is done, and you have established it and not dissolved it, it can prove dangerous to the person who has done it. Because it has no control over it now. It will act in its own way and it can prove disastrous to you. So the best thing is, after doing the puja properly, you must dissolve it and immerse the idol, you see.
But in temples, when they put these images or something like that, so what about that?
When we have in our house an image, if you don't do worship properly daily, then it can be dangerous. If you have established the prana of the deity in your house, you have got an image, therefore you do puja every day, you do archana every day, you worship every day. You see, it's necessary. If you are not in a position to do that, the best thing is dissolve it. Remove that prana from that body, you see. It is necessary. Now here also, what Narad is really doing is the aspect of visarjana. He is dissolving the physical form which he had taken and going back to his place. It is necessary. It is not that the image, the idol or the mold or the shape is there. It cannot remain there. It has to dissolve and go away. You see, it can go away. That is what, like a brilliant shadow. You see, and disappeared like a receding star. It has to disappear. It should not remain. No trace should remain here of that. You see. This is the occult aspect of it. You can't help it. It has to be there. It is so. You establish a force and that force will work as long as it is there present. But the moment you stop doing what is required to do for that force, it can be dangerous. See, it is the same thing. You have got gems, rings, stones, precious stones, things like that. You establish that force, that quality into that stone, you see, then it becomes a protection for you. Not until then, not any stone like that. You are really putting some kind of a thing in that, you see. And then it becomes a force for you, you see. It is necessary to take care of these things. Otherwise, just ignore it. Don't bother about it. Don't touch it, you see. So what Narad has done here is basically, in these 12 lines, he has gone back to his blissful home. In other words, the visarjana, the dissolution of the form which he had taken for a certain purpose has taken. He turned towards his far off blissful home. He has dissolved the form which he had taken in the process. And therefore he is shooting away. and chanted the anthem of eternal love, chanted the anthem of eternal love. So this is what we have. Now I will give, well, this will, I will not show here, but I will explain some of these things. We will see this is in more detail next time, but let me quickly tell you by way of statistics some of these features. In the, I am talking of these two cantos of the Book of Fate, the Word of Fate and the Problem of Pain too. In the first canto, the number of lines Narad is speaking out. I am giving you that number. See, Narad starting from 106.23 to 106.40, 18 sentences, in all 75 and a half lines. That is the beginning, how he is coming and chanting Narad. First he comes and who is this who comes here? He is asking that question, Savitri has walked into the palace. Who is she who has come? Now, obviously, who is she who has come? To whom is he asking? To whom he is asking? He is asking, well, I mean, the natural answer is, who is she who has come? Because he is in the company of the parents, Narad. So he would be sort of addressing them, and this girl is coming and walking here and is asking, who has come here into the palace? It could be to Ashwapati, basically. But in the same sequence, he talks about Savitri, as if he is addressing to Savitri. So that who in the entire description is directed towards Savitri. In that set of sentences, 106.22 to 106.40, the entire address is for Savitri. And he says, oh, you are living in a dream world. You are living in a safety of the world. You don't know the dangers of this one. Now, that kind of an address is for Savitri, not for Ashwapati, you see. So, who is that come is basically address. Now, the difficulty is, who has come? He is in company of Ashwapati and the queen. So naturally we will associate it with them. And he is addressing to Savitri. So there is a kind of a conflict there, kind of a little difficulty for us here. But basically, who has come? In fact, it's a very beautiful way. Yeah, 106.23, if you like. He flung on her his vast immortal look. His inner gaze surrounded her with its light, and raining back knowledge from his immortal lips, he cried to her. He says, he cried to her, who is this that comes? The bride. Naturally, it is addressed to Savitri. Now, Savitri has not been introduced to him so far. She has just walked into the palace. And who is this that comes? It's a question mark. And brings thou this glory of enchanted eyes. She has discovered love, and Savitri is full of that, and Narad is seeing that thing and is asking, who is this that comes? Now, the only way of understanding this, who is this that comes, is it is a kind of an exclamation. It is a kind of an explanation. See, we are all sitting in the living room, the whole family is there and all that thing, and the little child walks in. Not to say, oh, who has come? We say that. Oh, who has come? We are not really asking a question. We are not really asking a question. It is a kind of a statement of endearment, of fondness, of intimacy, of closeness. Oh, who has come? Oh, my grandson. Oh, you have come. See, like that. I know, etc., etc. But when we say like that, you see, who has come. So it is in that context, Narada saying, who is this that comes? That intimacy, that closeness, that association there. And it is with that he is asking her that to Savitri. You have come. He is happy that she has. Now, this is for the first time he is seeing her in the physical form. The divine goddess in the physical form. Who has come? She has come here. She has come here. Yeah. So that is the kind of surprise he has got. You know what that astonishment is? For the Divine Mother who has come here in the form of Savitri there. That's what it means. So like that, we have the number of sentences. So first set of sentences is 18 Narad. Then in response to that, who has come, etc., etc., Ashwapati is saying 17. And then Narad is asking 3 questions, where she had gone and all that kind of a thing. Then Ashwapati replies. So in all, we have in the first canto a total number of 162 sentences between Narad, Ashwapati, the queen, and Savitri. Total number of sentences is 162 in the first canto. And the total number of lines they are speaking is 545 in the first canto. In the second canto, basically we have only 3 characters. In fact, major character is Narad. Narad and then the queen who really prompts him about the riddle of the world, and just a couple of sentences of Ashwapati. So the total number of sentences in the second canto is 252, 252, and the total number of lines is 752, 752. So we have basically in the book of Fate conversational sentences, in terms of conversational sentences, apart from what the poet has introduced in between, connecting. The conversational sentences is 414, 414. And the total number of lines they have spoken is 1297. Over their session, in the entire session, the total number of lines they have spoken is 1297. Now, as I said last time, if you take an average speed, a calm, sedate speed of roughly 7.5 seconds per line. To read a line, it takes about, very quietly, leisurely, it takes 7.5 seconds. So if you go by that speed per line, then it would amount to, in all, in the first canto, 68 minutes. Canto 68 minutes. And in the second canto, 94 minutes. Or the total duration in the entire book to 162 minutes, or roughly 2.75 of an hour, 2 hours 45 minutes. So the session was for 2 hours 45 minutes. You see, total duration of this thing. 2 hours 45 minutes. So we can say on average, roughly, approximately 3 hours. So in the palace, they sat for 3 hours. Narad is living, as we have seen here, at the noon. So if you go backward, then it means that the session started at 9 o'clock in the morning, you see. And before the arrival of Savitri, they sang about the lotus heart of love for 1 hour. For 1 hour. In other words, Narad was there in the palace for 4 hours. Or he had arrived there exactly at 8 o'clock in the morning and left at 12. He arrived at 8 o'clock, which also means that Savitri has returned to the palace after meeting Satyavan at 9 o'clock. She comes there at 9 o'clock, the session goes for 3 hours, and Narad goes back there, you see. So that is the kind of a duration which we have got here. We can pin down to that extent. But beyond that, we can't say much, you see. Well, there are a lot of other statistics, but we'll see later on, you see. But basically, my conviction is that it started in the morning at 8 o'clock and went on up to 12. The whole thing, you see. Now, so we have sort of completed that thing, but what I would propose is, we will quickly run through both the cantos next time, or if required, 2 sessions. We'll review the whole canto quickly, the whole book, I mean, and then proceed further after that, you see. So we'll have a rapid run through of this book next time, you see.